Hi, welcome. Some focus today on the root chakra, where we connect to the earth. Sukhasana is one of the poses that is well suited for that kind of attention. It's the idea of bringing balance to our energy. Sit in a way that is at least relatively comfortable. Please feel free to support and customize each shape, including this one for your body. Folding your legs in a mindful way, tuck them under you or stick them out. One can stick out, all that's fine. Groundedness, we got a lot of contact here. Feel where you touch the earth. We can add to that by grounding your hands on your legs. Work with your proportions of your arms and torso so your shoulders relax on your ribcage. In order to breathe deeply, it's nice to sit upright so that our chests are gently open, the fronts of the shoulders, letting those soften and release during practice. Inhale through your nose, gentle sound. Exhale through your nose, gentle sound. Power of 3 breaths, 2 more times. Go slowly, a little bit at a time. Gradual stretching in both directions. We can promote a balanced sense of energy using our breathing. Pause for a moment with those 3 breaths. Continue breathing. But just notice how 3 is enough to make a shift happen. It can be a meditation on its own. Reach up your arms. Inhale, stretch your fingers. Exhale, bring your hands down the center line. You may touch or just go by the center of the eyebrows, nose, chin, heart. Rest your arms into your body and your chin towards your chest. Stillness, steadiness. There's a lot in yoga that nourishes that groundedness of the roots. Pranamasana, lifting the hands away from your chest, elbows up to your own wrist comfort. Ground down into your legs, sitting tall. Breathing in, exhale, Om. Oh. Bring down your hands into your chest, tuck your chin. Something to focus on during practice might be trusting yourself, releasing fear, letting go, groundedness. Whatever resonates, that was a bit of a list. Maybe something from there, or a little bit of that coming together. All right, beginning our asana practice. Arms reach out to the sides, breathe in. Grounding in each of these positions. Reach your right hand over towards your left knee, turning your spine with mindfulness. So some of these poses we do every time pretty much. Make sure you pay attention. Find the right place for today. Turning to look back. Releasing along your spine with some strong, steady breathing. Breathe out one more time. Just turn your head, so concentrate on keeping your spine in rotation. Just turning the neck the other way. And release head and then spine back to center. Change the cross of your legs. Mix it up a little bit. Check in, reset. Inhale, float your arms. Exhale to the other side. Turn belly, chest. And then chin and nose to look back. Settle in. Find this side, this moment. 5 slow breaths. Exhales are grounding. Balance that with inhale energy. One more time. And then just the head turn. Slow breath, maybe 2. Head to center first is nice, and then let go of the rest of that rotation. Heart lift pose, fingers forward, hands back. You'll need to work with your proportions here too in order to lean back and get an opening of your chest, a lift of your heart. The hands do an outward spin. Elbows come in, shoulders go outward. It's be nice to change the feet to a different place. Downward gaze, offset back bending. Train your eyes to go down your nose, especially when you're lengthening up and back. And release, press forward. Malasana. Maybe we'll return to the Malasana, the garland where you bring together your feet. Try to ground the inner feet where they may not stay down. That's okay. Pull it all in close and widen your knees. Reach through. We have a forward fold here. Pay attention, low back. Some sensation there. Holding shins or reaching through, pressing palms. So all the choices are fine ones. It's not like you're not doing it right. Do it where it feels right for you today. Deep breath again. Malasana, garland pose, slowly breathing out. Condensing ourselves. This one's a lot like the turtle pose and the crow. Take a little time to come out, please, and come to Tadasana, mountain pose. If you're doing the no hands practice, you can try that. Try mixing up which leg you use first. Concentrate. Our standing practice will help us develop that if you're wanting to work on it. All of our steps into the poses helps us create stability. Mountain, 3 breaths. Experience a tall, relaxed posture. Tension, especially to your spine, long and relaxed. Natural curves in place. Coming in at the neck and the low back. The sacrum does this cool, like outward curve and down into the back of the body, like it comes pretty far out. And then the tail tucks under. Those bottom 3 vertebrae are root chakra. And that was probably 3 breaths worth of talking. Experience your 3-breath meditation. Side bend to the right. You can keep your feet together or do the crossover one if you enjoy that with the right foot in front of the left. Or just feet together is fine. Shoulders are down. Ground first. Exhale. Back down into the low belly. Inhale, arms up. Keep the shoulders down. Encircle your right wrist and side bend slowly over towards your left side. Pay attention to your low back. Just the right amount. For 1. Bring it all together. Breath, gaze. This project of finding just the right amount in your body, in each pose, on each side. Inhale comes when you are ready. Slow come up slowly. Exhale, release your arms. Flow to the other side with steady breathing. Bring together these elements. Where do you need to pay attention? have a general attention, but then we have our own body parts that sometimes need more awareness. Know our tendencies, know where we're taking extra special care of our bodies too. 4, breathing out. And 5. To center, inhale. Exhale, bring down your arms and step out. It can be either front or back leg stepping out. Sun salutations definitely connect us with where we are in the universe. A ready and willing heart. Inhale, reach up your arms, gaze up. Like you're bathing your face in the sun. Forward fold, bowing to the sun, honoring. Thank you. Halfway lift, going up for the horizon gaze. Long spine. This one is engaging the low belly. Exhale to Palakasana, plank pose, 5 breaths. Try to learn to spread your hands as you step back so that they're ready, but you can always refine them. Resources, thighs firm, wide belt around the waist, cross your hands. And then bring your knees down to explore Chaturanga, hugging your elbows in. 5 breaths too, so even if you practice regularly, we don't hold it 5 breaths necessarily. Find that dip. Tuck toes, go back to puppy pose for a moment. Lengthen spine, elbows up, head down. Roll your hands to the pinky side edge for a moment to find that broad-shouldered position. Without moving your shoulders, bring your thumbs back to the ground. And come out to your belly through your forearms. Cobra pose, legs together and down. Reach back through them. Hands by your chest, long neck, chest lifts. 5 breaths. Find the downward gaze of back bending. Pay attention to a long neck so energy flows through the whole spine. Know yourself and release. Pressing up to plank pose, maybe using your knees. Tuck under your toes. Downward facing dog. Refinements as needed. Hold steady. This first one, a little freedom for releasing if you want to move around a little bit. Settle into center and stillness, breathing slowly one more time. Right foot steps forward, comfortable step, left foot. Right hand back a step, left hand back. Press your feet, stand up. Reach up, still breathing in. Exhale, release. From where you are, reach up, inhale. Reach down, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands down, stepping back. Plank pose, 1 breath. Knees down, puppy pose, toes tucked. Stretch back. You can refine your toes, but only move as necessary, except for breathing out one more time. Back to the belly, transition by coming up, forearms down, knees lift. Work your way to your belly. Locust pose this time. Hands by your chest, legs up, chest up, long spine. 1, you can have your feet apart or together. 2, This is lengthening the psoas line. Doesn't have to be a big back bend. It's a front body opener. One more breath. Shalabhasana. And release. Come down. Back to plank pose. Downward facing dog. Step in, bow. Do your play bow. It might be nice to add a little bit of toe lifting and thighs firming back to help stretch lower leg muscles. And let your feet relax. Breathe out one more time. Let's try to jump forward. This time the loading of the legs into the squat and the forward gaze. And then you can just straighten your legs and step or try a little hop and stand up to half lift pose. Full breathe out. Not everything's going to work with everybody's body, and that is fine. Inhale, stand up. We all have limitations. Just move through everything without being disturbed. Do what you need to do. And release. Pause and feel one moment. One more time. Sun salutation, exploration, forward fold, meditative. Extend your spine to the axial position, halfway lift, exhale, plank pose. One breath out. Knees down, chaturanga, one breath out. Puppy pose, stretch back. And then harming, remember that ahimsa. Take care of yourself. Out to the belly for one more belly back bend at this part of the practice. Work your way down. So we have cobra, legs together, hands by the chest. Locust, legs lift. Bow, bend your knees, feet towards the sky. If you'd like to couch your ankles and bow, you can, but just showing you that you can just work on the shape without catching. One more time. Lift your knees off the ground. Feel that work around your sacrum. And bring down your legs, relax. But not for long, plank pose and downward facing dog. Open chest, strong armpits, strong broad back muscles. The point of all this weight bearing work. Possibly reducing our suffering by helping us experience less discomfort in our bodies. Coming out this time, hips high. Walk forward on the balls of your feet as far forward as you can come. And then release. You can bend your knees and stand. Gradual return. Tadasana, mountain pose. Set your shoulders in a relaxed way. Step back to warrior A with your left leg first. Keep this from becoming always the same way, mixing it up. Ribs towards the front, lower your pelvis right down the center line, knee over the ankle. Find the foundation. All the standing poses we build from our feet up. Arms along the ears, elbows bend, hands together, gaze down. This is a back bend. Pay attention to the sense of the feet into the earth for this last breath. And release. Straighten the leg, release the arms. Warrior B is the turn to the side. I can spread my feet further apart in this variation and like give yourself that moment to find your stance. Some people kind of travel forward in Warrior B, try to stay right over the center. This is an axial spine position. It's a neutral spine with a head turn. For 1, 2. Is anything able to soften? Just the right amount of gentle energy. One more time, breathing out. Inhale, release arms and legs to wide parallel feet. D variation, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, tilt your pelvis forward, catching ankles or big toes. If you are working on this with bent legs, you work on the spine lengthening. It's all about the spine lengthening. So just rest on the legs with the arms or bring them down. Elbows go a little wide in this one. Shoulders up. See if you can bring the energy up the inner legs to the pelvic floor and gently bring that energy up into your body. A gathering, a little toning at the root of the torso. Breathing out one more time. It's okay if it's just a concept to start with. Coming up with an inhale. Exhale. So the work into the belly center is connected to the pelvic floor. So working on that low pelvis awareness in the body, coming out to the front of your mat, other side. Reinforced mountain pose. Virabhadrasana, warrior A and B. A first, forward facing. Find your stance. Hands together, elbows bend, lengthening those upper arms. Back bend, downward gaze. Down and centered. Observe the quality this brings to your mind, your body, and your energy. B, do what you need to do to change the shape to the side one where the spine changes to neutral. Head turns. Clear connection with the ground. One more time. Exhale, release your arms and straighten your leg. Wide parallel feet to the other side. C, folding your elbows or interlacing your fingers behind your back. Do mix up the way you cross your hands from time to time. I'll just do one variation today. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, just like we did on the other side, the same forward fold. So you can bend your knees if you need to. Stop when you need to stop. Arms can come away from your back with mindfulness in the shoulders. Trying to let the arms release towards the floor overhead with zero force. This is definitely one about letting go, trying to just find a little sense of release in the shoulders. Coming up with inhale energy. Exhale, relax. Wide squat position. Turn out your toes and bend your knees. Come down as low as you can today. We've been practicing this one regularly. Let's give the support of the arms on the thighs, thumbs inside. Just focus on the lowness. Knees track towards the toes, not falling inward. One more time. Exhale, tone the pelvic floor in and up. And then inhale, rise with that energy, that earth energy, drawing up the inseam of the legs. Triangle pose to the right. Left foot, turning out towards the front of your mat. Inhale, stretch your arms like warrior bee here, just passing through. But then that energy stays as we come over and down. Spread your feet, ground first. Then the turn towards the sky, heart and face. 1, 2, 3. This is a belly center pose, a pelvis pose, but it's supported by the roots. All of these are. Exhale, root aware. Inhale, come up. Just turn to the back of your mat. Stretch the arms like warrior bee and come over and down in your own breath out. It's free breathing as you make your connections with your body and the shape. Grounded into the center and into the roots of the torso and the feet. Exhale to the base of your spine. And then inhale, come up and release back to center, top of your mat, mountain pose. Warrior C and the leg float, continuing our explorations on one leg. Start with the left leg first. Bring your weight into the right one. This work of going down, lifting the leg behind, like you're going to touch the floor, really stabilizes core of the body, the hip. Your knee bends as needed. Just do your best. It's fine to use a block or something, or touch the floor. One more time. Coming up, concentrate all the way in and out. And release. To the other side, that just right angle of the heel. So important, that little shift can be. So find this other side, warrior C. The leg can bend a bit. Maybe this is the easy side. Yoga humor. Approach it all with an open heart. Clear connection with the earth. One more time. Coming up, inhaling, and release. Other side, leg float, tall spine, catch the sides of your pelvis. And this can help remind us to use our core strength, our fingers there into the muscles of the abdomen. Shift into the right leg, left foot forward, toes point, maybe it lifts. It's okay if the knee bends. Find the energy of reaching. Good, and then I always see your feet going a little bit higher on this last breath, which is growing. And then come on down. Very nice. I do just a little tiny version, but you can see those feet. Other side, leg float, extended big toe pose, preparation. One more time. Add a little more energy or just think about it. Spread your foot as you come down and release. Interlace press up, breathe in. Little side bend right. Inhale center and little side bend to the left. Inhale center. Release your fingers. Coming to Uttanasana. So in the root chakra poses is the standing forward fold. Spread your feet, catch your elbows, bring your head down. Legs can bend or be straight. It's okay for your knees to be straight. Lengthening the sides of your torso. Switch the cross of your arms. A little movement. And breathe a few more times. Uttana, extended pose. Exhale. Bring your hands to the floor and with your left leg going back first, come to Anjaneyasana, back knee down. So take a moment if you need it. Keeping your hands low today if possible, or come upright into your lunge. Got the back knee down, front knee coming towards the toes. Long neck. Focusing on the grounding element of it. And release, changing sides. Resettle that back knee just the right amount. Exhale one more time. Release. Flow through to sit down. Dip. Extend to an upward dog. Flip your feet to a downward dog. Knees down, ankles cross. You may do this in your own way. This is the jumping back. Learning how to work over your legs. Sit down. Customize for your body. Dandasana, like mountain, a neutral, centered, symmetrical place. Arrive. Tuck your chin. Draw back your toes towards your shins. Hands by your pelvis. And relax your feet, lift your chin. Toes point, slide your hands down towards your feet. Find that range of motion that feels nice. And then coming back, toes back, lean back into a little half boat, upper body boat, so you feel a little challenged. Back and forth a few more times. Breathing. And relax. Back to heart lifting pose. Fingers 6 to 8 inches back from your seat. Open shoulders, hands spinning out, point your toes. Lift up or think about it. Another choice is to bend your knees and come to your feet for the lift instead of the legs straight. All right, 5 breaths. Chin back if it feels good, or keep it tucked. One more time. Reversing out, release. Bring in your left knee. Open out to the side, 90 degrees, or working in that direction. Side bending, Janu Shirsasana. You can catch your foot with one or both hands, or just side bend. The other arm supports you. on the ground if you like. One more exhale. This is a good pose to realize why you come out of side bending slowly. Feel that length in your low back, and this is strength in your low back coming out with control. Turn and face your leg and come into the forward fold, knee to head pose. One more time, breathing out. Change sides with slowness. Coming out, find the foundation, side bend, left hand on the floor in front, or both hands reach for the foot. Lean to the side. Explore. Your body will tell you when it's enough. Listen to that, building that sense of trust with your body. Definitely root chakra activity. Focus on trusting yourself. Inhale with slowness, coming up. Turn and face the extended leg and come back down. We will make little adjustments on ourselves as we feel and trust what our body tells us. One more time. Breathe out. And coming up with some slowness. Cross your ankles and come to tabletop position. So you tuck your feet in way close, curl them in like you're coming into Sukhasana. Bring your hands in front of your legs, and you're coming onto your feet to come back to your knees. For the threading needle pose, you can have your hips up in table or back towards the heels. Your choice. Left arm first, open to the side. Breathe in, rotation, and then slowly rotate the other direction. Take time, stay grounded in your feet and your hands until your head is lowered and safe. Make the refinements you feel settled and comfortable. Breathe. Big toes touch. Sense that inseam of the leg connection to the pelvic floor. Try to create a little bit of tone and uplift there. Mula Bandha. Just like Muladhara means root base, Mula Bandha means root lock, engagement. Exhale again. Inhale, press. We get that press into the plank on that one arm, up and open. Exhale, release. Mindfully settle that hand, ready, because it's bearing weight here. Other side, rotate. Inhale, up and back. Exhale to the other side. Keep that inseam in mind. Big toes, inner lines of the legs to the pelvic floor. Letting that help find some stability in this pose. It's nice to have lots of resources when you're trying to figure out how to do these things with your body. Lots of ways of finding more strength, more stability, so that you can find that softening. Breathe out again. Inhale, supported with Muladhara, up and out. Exhale, release. Cow spine, extend. Cat spine round. Twice more. Notice those lower 3 bones of the spine. At the back of the pelvis. Coming back to child's pose, you may change the distance between your knees. Just resettle that. Let's do a little reach out to the right. Walk slowly to the left with your arms. Head down, breathe. Some of the shapes are naturally grounding. One more. Feel the exhale naturally tone the pelvic floor. And it can be part of the stability coming back to center. And come up. Optional flow through to lie down and come into bridge pose. Or stop and put your socks on and then come to bridge pose. Work with yourself if you want to do the flow through. They get easier through the practice. Start to feel a little less resistance. Knees down, cross ankles. Rock back over your feet and sit. Then lie down, adding your support. And your clothing as you like. Move your hair if needed for the access to the back of your skull. Bring your arms to the floor beside you. Connect with the earth in this pose. Notice where you touch the ground. Feel the compression energy of gravity on you. Working bridge pose, engaging the root chakra and the root lock. Inhale, that upward flow of breath into the rib cage. Exhale, downward flow of breath into the low belly. There's a natural contraction in your pelvic floor muscles. Draw them gently in and up into your body. Concentrate. Keep that engagement and press your feet, lift up. 2, 3, very conscious, causing no harm. Try to keep the engagement. This can be done every time you practice bridge pose and back bending like this. All the way down, lower vertebrae relax, pelvic floor relax. Inhale deeply. Exhale, downward energy. Try the tone in the low belly if you don't connect the pelvic floor so much yet. And then come up. They are connected to each other. Continue to breathe while holding that tone. Good for everybody. In yoga, we can talk about this subtle, important core work. Have a chance to work on it and come on down. Keep that light engagement. And release, relax everything. One more time. You can focus on that or focus on finding another expression of bridge and focusing on the root. Your own favorite one. Inhale deeply one more time. Lift your pelvis a little higher if possible. Slowly come down. Move your arms out from under you if they came under. Ground. Low back. And tail. Knees in. One at a time. Ankle pumps. And 5. Relax your feet. Bringing both knees over to your left side. Lower them so they're above your pelvis, and then bring them to the side. You may add something between your legs here, even your own fist, or just use your foot to create a little space. A pillow could come in. So our pelvis is turned to the side with our legs here. And this focuses rotation in your thoracic spine, in your middle back, where we tend to be pretty stiff. Reach out your opposite arm and turn your head away from your knees. The other arm can be where it's supportive or grounding. And 5, breathe out. Bring everything back to center. To the second side. So knees and pelvis come over to the right, stacking the knees up above each other. Ish, and then the opening the opposite arm and turning the head. We're into our finishing poses. Meditative, slow moving. Let your brain rest on that rhythm of breathing. One more time, breathe out all the way. Coming back to center, releasing slowly is nice. Pick up and reset. So you're comfortably on your back, and you may bring in a head support here for the lying pigeon, the figure 4 shape. Right leg up, come across above your left knee. Even if you do this one every single day, meet it right now where it needs to be. The top knee can soften away as one option. You can bring in like a threading needle position. This is another threading needle pose. You can hold your thigh. Customize. Build trust with yourself. Slow breath again. Changing sides. Trust your body's wisdom. Breath work helps you stay steady, so whatever focus there that you like to add. Creating even counting with the breath in and the breath out. Or a sense of being complete with each movement of breath. One more, feel where the energy goes. Where does inhale, where is that experienced? and the experience of exhale energy. Release that leg and bring it up into the air. Let the other one come join. Feel your sacrum. Maybe slide your hands behind your low back to give yourself a little lift to shoulder stand. And working on the reaching element of shoulder stand and that standing leg position. Reach. 2. Maybe lift up. 3, 4, and 5. And just enjoy a supported version of shoulder stand without all that reaching energy. Please don't practice lifting up your hips if it doesn't feel safe or good. Keep your back on the ground. Bring your legs towards you a little more, whether your spine is on the ground or up in the air. Plow pose. Grounding the upper back, the tops of the feet. Arms can come down for support. Strongly grounded into the back of the skull. Begin the process of lowering down. Use your arms to help control. Come with some slowness. And bring in your knees. Coming to seated. To one side or rock up, catch your shins. Finishing our practice with a little meditation and breath, so you can bring one foot into a half lotus if it feels nice now that your body's warm. The Pran Mudra connects us with the earth element, the root element. It's the bottom 2 fingers touching the thumbs. Rest your hands. Breathe. Grounding. Letting go. Releasing fear. Whatever resonates. One more slow breath. And relax. Time for rest. Lie down, stretch out, cover up, cushion. Arrange your resting pose. If you have trouble relaxing in Shavasana, we do a pretty short one. Make sure that you give yourself the things that might facilitate, like something on top of you. Make sure that you're comfortable and warm. Are your eyes really distracting? Maybe an eye covering of some kind. Let's rest in a way that feels comfortable for you. Gradually releasing the limbs away from the central line of the body. Let your body fall into 2 sides, the left and the right, from the center. Central channel open with energy flowing freely. Open your mouth and breathe out, letting go of rhythmic breath. Relax your jaw. Release any holding in the pelvic floor, any holding in the belly. Any knots around your heart. Let your throat be soft and open. Mental knots, try to let those unravel as well. If you'd like to add a nature element to your resting, perhaps consider a sunrise or a sunset that you might have seen recently, or just that idea, those colors. Leave your fingers in the gesture of new beginnings, the Ushas Mudra. This is the sunrise kind of gesture. Rest your hands on your torso comfortably. Bring your woven fingers behind your skull. Just slide them back in, cradle the skull, resting it into the hands. Elbows wide, pressing the elbows out into the ground. Press your skull into the ground as well. This will increase some vital energy and relax. Twice more. Press elbows and head back and release. One more time. Feel how it lifts up the heart a little bit and relax. Step in your feet one at a time. Try not to disturb your low back. Lift and shift your pelvis to one side and then bring your elbows towards each other. If that works for you, coming out that way. Exhale to belly center. Maybe pelvic floor engages as well here for that support to come up while staying grounded into our lower bodies. Come sit for a moment, back to your Sukhasana or your little thunderbolt where you sit on your heels. Find a nice centered alignment. So the chakras, chakra means wheel, and they're centers of energy. It's tangible. And it makes sense to me as a way of organizing energy. if it helps to think about it that way. Some of it's symbolic. But the sense of energy is real. Where do you feel energy right now? Thank you. From that grounded place, all is possible. I hope you have a nice sense of balanced energy and some food for thought. I welcome